Your boots are soaked through before you even reach the pitch. It rained the night before in Montevideo. The grass is heavy. Your legs feel it with every warm-up step. And here is the thing nobody tells you about this moment. The first World Cup final in history, July 30th, 1930. You almost didn't play it. Not because of injury, not because of form, because of a coin. A coin decided which ball you would use today, and that coin almost decided everything. You are a Uruguayan footballer, 23 years old. You grew up kicking rags stuffed with newspaper in the streets of Montevideo. Now you are standing inside the Estadio Centenario, a stadium built in 4 months specifically for this tournament, in front of 68,000 people. The noise does not sound like a crowd, it sounds like weather. The year is 1930. FIFA has just invented this competition. 13 nations came. Most of Europe refused the 2-week boat journey across the Atlantic, so the field is mostly South American, and at the end of it, it is you. Uruguay versus Argentina. Neighbors, rivals. Two nations separated by a river and united by a hatred for losing to each other. But before anyone explains the match to you, here is what they leave out. It wasn't glorious. Not most of it. You trained in the mud every morning for 3 weeks. Your kit has been washed so many times it no longer holds its color. The hotel room you share with 2 other players smells like liniment oil, a thick muscle rub that everyone uses because there are no physios, no ice baths, no medical staff beyond a man with a bag of bandages. You eat what the tournament provides. You sleep when the noise of the city lets you. This is not the glossy version. This is what the job actually looks like before anyone puts a trophy in the frame. But here's the thing nobody prepared you for, and it has nothing to do with the match itself. Before a single whistle blows, there is already a dispute. Argentina brought their own ball. Uruguay brought theirs. Both teams refused to play with the others. The referee, a Belgian named John Langenus, who reportedly only agreed to officiate if he was guaranteed safe passage out of the country afterward, steps in. He calls a coin toss. Argentina wins the first half. They play with their ball. Uruguay wins the second. They play with theirs. You file this away. You say nothing, but every player on your side understands what it means. The Argentine ball is slightly smaller, lighter, faster off the boot. It suits how they play. Quick, technical, short passes through tight spaces. Argentina are good. Everyone in South America knows it. They beat you in the Olympic final 2 years ago in Amsterdam. That loss has lived in your chest like a stone since 1928. And now, in the 12th minute, they score. Pablo Dorado equalizes before halftime. But Argentina go in 2-1 up. In the tunnel at halftime, it is quiet in a way that feels wrong. No speeches, no shouting. Your manager Alberto Supici says very little. He does not need to. You have all been here before. Not in a World Cup final, no one has, but in the feeling of being behind to Argentina when it matters most. The second half begins. Your ball now. Here is what changes. Your ball is heavier, fuller. It does not skip across the wet grass the way theirs did. It sits. It holds. And your system is built for that. The Uruguayan method in 1930 is not about speed. It is about pressure. Wearing the opponent down until they make the mistake you have been waiting for. Your coach calls it La Garra Charrúa, the claw of the Charrúa, an indigenous people of Uruguay known historically for their ferocity in the face of far larger forces. It is not just a style, it is what everyone in this life learns to carry like a second kit. Pedro Cea scores, 2-2. Santos Iriarte scores, 3-2. You can feel the shift. The Argentine players are not panicking, but they are tight. Their passes are a fraction late. Their shape is drifting. You know this feeling from the other side. You have been on the wrong end of it. A crowd turning on you slowly, the noise changing from anticipation to demand. Castro scores in the final minutes, 4-2. When the final whistle blows, you do not immediately celebrate. That surprises people later. The first reaction is not joy. It is something quieter, relief so large it feels like grief. You have been carrying the weight of 1928 for 2 years, and now you are not carrying it anymore, and your body does not quite know what to do next. The crowd floods the pitch. Longinus disappears into it and makes it to his boat. The Uruguayan government declares the next day a national holiday. In Argentina, the Uruguayan consulate in Buenos Aires is stoned, windows broken. There were no television cameras, no slow-motion replays. The only record of your face in that moment is a handful of grainy black and white photographs barely showing what your expression held.